Welcome back to Captain of Industry Update 3, where in the last episode we focused a bit on our population over here, in particular giving them water and treating the wastewater in a way more advanced way. Right? We're not using groundwater anymore, we're not dumping the pollution into the sea, we are now treating it. We're treating it with this media filter media, chlorine, right? And we're actually getting the water from thermal desalination. So this is a pretty efficient layout. I also added next to it over here my paper production, because remember, paper requires a bit of steam, really not that much, 1.5, but I only have 2 places with steam here, and then my electricity / diesel, which was the second thing we did yesterday, right? We did a new electricity plant there that is only half built, but definitely giving us a lot. We are going to focus today on farming. This used to be my farm, right? I just deleted those farms. I have started to rebuild some on this side, and we still have also a couple on that side and a couple there. Now the goal is to make something a lot more advanced and to start also making new types of food, for example, the tofu. So you can see, as I said, that I just deleted these ones. I started to delete the bread production, but we still have some bread there. I have not moved yet the water production or, the anaerobic there. And by the way, sorry, I want to do something quick here. Yep, okay, good. So for now, the water comes here kind of manually from trucks that do this like this. And we only have 4 farms, so I'm gonna delete all of these here so that we have more space. I'm gonna put then lines of farms as far as we can over here, and all of the outputs of these farms, they're going in the middle here. You can see we have the vegetables at the bottom, and we're gonna have things like the corn, the potatoes, but also the wheat, all at level 1. Then here we're gonna start doing the same thing we were doing before, which is having a sorter and then a U-shaped balancer, because this way we take something. In this case, for example, we take the potatoes. So we take the potatoes, they go into the balancer. We say first go in here into these reserves of potatoes, but if this is full, then you go back, right? You go back here onto this U-shaped lift and onto this U-shaped conveyor, which is a different one from the input, right? The input is at level 0, and this one will go to the level on top. Now I see there is potentially a problem here. Oh yeah, so the problem is that this is backed up. So we're gonna need to fix that in a second. But anyway, so we have, we're sorting the potatoes, then we're taking out the corn, right? Then we're taking out the wheat. And this is where I have said I have started the production. So we're transforming this wheat into flour and a bit of animal feed. Now the animal feed is then going to go at level 2. This is going to be another belt at level 2. So we're separating things. We're creating with this a bit of flour, right? And then the flour will be sent here with some water to make some bread. I have not built this yet because right now we still have a few. When this is empty, then I will build it. And we'll put basically the bread there. Then the next one will be tofu, right? Over here, or soybean to be precise, but then to be transformed into tofu, and then we're gonna have others. But the important thing is indeed the top here, right, is kind of the overflow. We need to do something with it. So we're gonna send it actually probably all the way over here, because I'm gonna need space for future food production over here. So we're gonna send it somewhere over here and start transforming it. Now, if we think about transformation, one easy one is this, right? We know we can transform the wheat, for example, into fuel gas and compost. But is there another one? Yes, there is. We have unlocked over here now the animal feed production. So this is going to be useful in the future, actually, to transform into potentially steam, or more importantly, into some of the food we haven't unlocked yet. So this is what we're gonna do now. And then if the animal feed is full, then we can potentially go back to this, anaerobic thing. So let's go. We're gonna go over here, all right? And as I said, we're gonna try to use as many as we can to make these things. So we can use that for wheat, for corn, and for soy. Unfortunately, as you can see, it doesn't work for potatoes. So if we look at my potato production, actually, let's do F1, potato. So the potatoes, right, we haven't unlocked it yet. We will unlock it in the future, but we don't have it yet. So I'm gonna need another sorter, I guess, right now, or I need to send the potatoes somewhere else. Which is slightly annoying, but I don't really have a choice right now. So let's do this. So it is now, we've deleted everything that used to be there, including, you know, the water, the underground water. I moved it here and actually connected it to the farm. Now this is a stopgap solution. This is definitely not going to be enough for all of the water we need, but for now this is providing, you know, water to all of these. And then more importantly, as I said, I expanded those two over here. This one is the surplus, right, of those productions, things like the corn, the wheat, etc. And the one at the top is for the animal feed that's created over here. This all goes there. Then we do have one small sorter, which won't be necessary in the future, but for now we have it to take out the potatoes. So we can send the potatoes into those digester, while everything else, and in particular, you know, the wheat, can go over here and create some more animal feed. In the future, as I said, we're gonna use this animal feed for a lot of things. For now, I'm just putting an alert to tell me when it's going to be full, and then we'll deal with it. We have over here also, you know, deleted the bread production. So now I'm starting the bread production over there. Let's put it in block now. So block. And what we need is one of these big depot, right, to bring this here up. Done. So that's going to start storing our bread. We're gonna put, as always, a warning, right? Maybe below 50. It's good. We're not at 50 yet for these two, but this is quite a lot of potatoes, right? So all good. And with this, now we can start the soy or the tofu, right? So that's gonna be in a new farm, obviously. I'm probably needing more than one, right, to be precise. I actually see also here we will need even more, you know, of everything. And more importantly, I'm gonna need to start fixing the water production, right? Instead of having a water production that comes from underground, the goal is going to be probably over here to create a water desalination plant to create enough water to feed all of this, right? To feed all of those farms. We are also digging, by the way, quite deep over here. I think I went too deep. I wanted to make sure I got all of the coal, but now I'm definitely too deep. You can see the coal kind of stops over here. So we may want to do it a different way. I think we're gonna go more this side. Press F. Go down. It's probably 4, 5 is gonna be enough. So let me just take this out, take this out. I think again, we're just going way too deep right now. Maybe, actually we can see, right? The coal over here seems to be at 5, 6. So let's go to 6 and then we can go flat. That should be enough. That should be enough. So let's stop that one completely. For a couple of minutes, they're gonna dig into something that is not good. But after that, oh, and here I made a mistake too. My bad. It should be flat. Let's take this out. Okay, so yeah, I need more coal, and we may need also to start preparing the next coal deposit over here or a coal ship. But for now, all good. So let me work on preparing this extension there, and I'll see you in a minute. And it is, ladies and gents, a couple of minutes later, so we have a lot more farms. We have started to upgrade over here, but more importantly, I have now a water production for my farms here. So that is really cool. First, let's look quickly at what's happening over here. So now my potatoes and corn are full. So anytime I get potatoes or corn, like this one here, right? It's going here, and why is that full? Okay, there's a problem somewhere. What did I do here? Oh, there's tons of that, and oh, come on. So well, basically there was too much potatoes, right? The potatoes were being transformed into fuel gas and compost. Compost is easy, I just dump it in the sea. But the fuel gas, we need to burn it. I know you can do something with it, but the reality is very soon I'm going to delete this whole thing as soon as we get, you know, the recipe to put potatoes here. So I don't really need that much. But yeah, it comes over here. Here we're creating, oh, we're almost full on animal feed, which is fine because I have actually unlocked just now the chicken farm, which is going to use the animal feed. So we're going to talk about that in a second. But more importantly, again, this is full, so that's great. Bread is full. We have reserves of flour, so perfect too. And now here, we're going to start the soybean. So I started making some soybean. This is on the same, you know, bottom one. You can see, no, that's not soybean, that's wheat. Anyway, we have some soybean. We're going to need a bit of water. We're going to need some sulfur, some limestone, and that's going to make tofu and animal feed. So the animal feed will go again here. The tofu will go all the way there. But I need to bring, right, on top of the soybean, we need to bring some water. That's easy. We have already a pipe there. I just need to extend the pipe. So let's go, making it. I keep the water at level 5. Just need to make sure it is aligned. Come on. Oh, come on. Let's do it the other way around. And we can always then do this. Okay, so we have the water. Then I think for the sulfur and limestone, you know, I can either bring it somewhere over here, or maybe for now what I'll do is I'll just put 2 small ones, because this is really small quantities, right? So I'll just put 2 small ones here and we can fix it later on. I did, you know, use some of my diggers to actually make a way over here, and I'm extending it a bit more. So that way they can go this side, but they can also go this side if need be. So yeah, we're going to, you know, bring those 2 things. And we have over here, more importantly, the water. So it's the same production as before. Right? We're going to take seawater that comes from one of these seawater pumps. This is a 1-to-1. You can see each of them is linked to another in front of them. It takes a bit of steam. To be precise, you know, 4 of these is 48. So we have 8 in total. So that means 2 of these. And I have space if I want. You know, I could easily add 2 more there. And therefore, then I can just add more on this side. But yeah, we have the steam coming here. We have the coal is actually the same coal that was used for this. It used to be here. Now I've just dragged it there, right? So that we have, because we've sort of closed this piece now, we have the water and the brine. The water goes over here. You can see there's 2 priorities because in total, this is going to be more than 450. So we need 2. This is those 2 over here. Then the priority out is this side, right? We want to make sure that first we send some water back into the boilers. And then when this is empty, full, you can start filling out these, which you can see are already getting full very quickly. And then the brine, it goes on this side. Priority is to fill these ones. So in case we need some brine in the future, to make some salt or chlorine, we can use it here, and otherwise it is just dumped into the sea with no pollution. So yeah, right now, you know, if you look at this, this is 78 times 4, so that's almost like 300 something. That's really good. That's really good. And this water just goes here. Right now, this is a pipe level 3. Here, these are pipe level 2, so we may need, you know, to start upgrading some of them to level 3. We'll see that later on. I haven't deleted that one yet, but we're gonna do that now. And it's high time because you can see this is definitely decreasing slowly but surely. So yeah, we have the production now of all of these that has been concluded. And so we should be able to start making some tofu too. We have the bread. Vegetables is still increasing slowly but surely. And now we're gonna be able to start using the animal feed. So where are we gonna use this animal feed? In chicken farms. We have chicken farms over here. If you look at this, this is going to need animal feed and water. This is then going to create eggs, and potentially in the future we can also enable slaughtering so that we'll also create some chicken carcasses. Those chicken carcasses can be transformed into meat, as well as meat trimmings, and those meat trimmings can then be transformed into sausages. So this chicken farm is going to open quite a lot. It is also going to take, as you can see, quite a bit of space and water. So I need to think quickly about where we're gonna put them. Am I gonna use this water or a dedicated water plant? And I'll see you in a minute. So it is, ladies and gents, we have a couple of these chicken farms. I'm also giving them water, right? Water so far coming from the same place, because I'm saying, I'm thinking we can easily add 2 more there, which means I can easily double it on this side. Again, I think this is fine. Maybe we'll need a second pipe at some point, but that's okay. For now, it's a level 3 pipe, so 450, and it's fine. We have over here, the animal feed. Right now, this is completely full because we're not using it. I did put over here 1 balancer, so I can start kind of burning or using the animal feed for something else if we have too much. And yeah, on the outside, we're gonna have the 2 outputs. One is going to be the eggs, they're gonna go directly there, and one is gonna be the carcasses, they will go on that side. Now, to be able to start though, we need some chicken, and we don't have any, right? So we need to actually buy some on the market with this contract here, giving a couple of construction part level 2 to get some chicken. But as you see, it says requires reputation with the village to be at least level 2. So if we also click on this village here, or no, it's not that one, sorry, that one here, you can see my reputation is level 1 out of 4. If you click on donate, right, it will be how you increase your reputation. So in this case, they're asking for 120 of construction part level 2. So let's load the ship. Here it is. The ship is now going, or not. I should go. Oh, no, I know what's happening. Because I've been improving a bit the ship, as you can see, right? It looks stronger. So I forgot to load the crew. Now the crew is loaded. So it should be now going. Done. So it's gonna go there. Then we can buy a couple of these chickens. And then the chickens, it's gonna grow. As long as you give it some food and some animal feed, the number is gonna slowly but surely grow. And then, you have some in one of the chicken farms. Let's assume you have a lot. Then what you can do is send a couple on this one by clicking right on the plus 50. Same here. So it shouldn't be a problem. So let me grow a bit the number of chicken and I'll see when that's done. Ladies and gents, we are taking now over here our chicken carcasses, starting to transform them into meat and meat trimmings. Unfortunately, right now, there's not much we can do with the meat trimmings. In the future, we will unlock sausage, but it's a bit far in the tech tree. So for now, I'm just burning it. I know it creates a bit of pollution. I could do better, but that's okay. And to be clear again, this is not like the best layout. Obviously, you can see there is some space here. We have different inputs, like I mentioned over here, right? The limestone, or here we just had to bring some salt. So this is not the final layout. This is what I call my mid-game layout, where we have enough for quite a while. We can expand to the next few foods. So when I start, for example, canola, I can bring the canola here. When I send sugar, I can start it there. But it is not the perfect layout. We will go for a perfect layout later on. But yeah, with this now, we're providing to my people definitely more food. We have now 6 types of food, and I'm actually starting number 7, the meat. So that's gonna be really good. There is very few missing. Actually, there is only 2 missing, if I'm not mistaken, that are treats over here. Oh no, sorry, there's also the fruits. So yeah, there's a couple more missing that we are actually going to need to research, and to research them, we're gonna need to find those seeds, the fruits over here or the canola. So we're gonna need to go on the map to discover them. But yeah, over here, providing more, which means we get more unity and we get better health bonus. The more categories, carbs, proteins, and vitamins are 3 different categories. If you provide all 3, you get a health bonus of 12. If you provide only 2, I think it's 8, and only 1, I don't even know if you get a bonus if you have 1. But basically, right, we're providing more. This is great. I don't know, to be honest, if I'm producing exactly what I need, if I'm producing too much. We'll have to see this. I mean, my population is still slowly but surely growing. We have new types of farm that we're gonna get into the future. So the idea right now is more to have, big storages, to have warnings to tell me when it's low, and then we can increase or decrease the productions as needed. But yeah, this is great progress there. We have also done great progress on the terraforming over here. So we have new space. If I need to, increase my water production, we'll have space. I will continue, I think, to go around here. And then what I'm thinking is probably to extend like by 1 tile here. Also, maybe a bit more than 1 tile actually, to try to cover the sand there. It's almost like, we'll have an inside beach. We are also doing on this side, continue to expand slowly but surely. And last but not least, I wanted to show you that in the vehicle depot over here, we have actually converted all of the small vehicles to trucks. So we're all on level 2. There is many that are doing nothing, so that's great. That means we have enough right now, right? We're good, we're good. So what are we gonna do next? Well, now that we have, a lot of diesel, we have good electricity, we have okay food, we have quite a bit of reserve of food, we can continue moving forward. And the next big one is probably gonna be advanced smelting. We're gonna be able to really boost our production over here. There's a couple of other ones I definitely want to do, like vehicle here to get a few more. The greenhouse, as I mentioned, to try to get us, even more production of food. This comes, with extra water needed, but a really good boost of your food. We have also at the top just done, the expansion of ship, bridge, engine, and weapons. So we're gonna want to look into that in the next episode for sure. But yeah, smelting, advanced smelting is definitely our next big challenge. So I need to think also where we're gonna do it, if we're gonna continue doing it over here, or if maybe we do it on this side. Because we've also done some nice terraforming here. Look at this. This is now all flat. There's still some that needs to happen, but we've done some good progress. Thank you for watching. Don't hesitate to tell me in the comments below any questions for the requests that you have, and I hope to see you next time.